I'm back. So we talked about the existing structure, and let me get rid of these cameras so they're not all up in my business here. Sorry if you can hear the screaming children in the background. I'm trying to hide in my bedroom where the iMac is. Let's see here. What do I do? Let's zoom out. Okay, so I know we've already talked about most of this, but the rest of the existing structure here, or the new, not existing, but the new structure will be bolted on to the current structure, and so my thought is, I almost want to replicate what I've done in the current garage, but put a lift in. So I'm thinking the lift will be about 10 feet away. So we're going to do a recessed scissor lift. So meaning it'll be sort of built into the ground here, or we'll pour the slab. I think the thing's about 5 inches deep. So with taking into consideration how the 3/4 inch Swiss tracks, I want this to be flush. I can pull on it, park on it. Now remember, this is 40 feet deep, about 50 by 40. So, I mean, even though it's 10 feet back, still won't be parking cars on it most likely, unless I'm just lucky enough to win the lottery and have 10 cars. But I don't think that's going to happen. We'll have, what I thought was, I'd have a large closet here, large closet here. I have so much storage. Plus, I can probably do some storage over in my little room over here if I need to. I probably will put some safer cabinets there. But what I'm going to do is most likely take my floor standing monitor audio gold reference 60s. I think they're gold ref GR60s. Build a shelf with the center channel. Unfortunately, I'm probably gonna have to do LCD, but do like a 78 Samsung LCD. I know I'm gonna have to do LCD because plasma doesn't really exist. So, but I want a much bigger display than the 50-inch that I have now. So that does present a little bit of a problem in the sort of the amount of cabinets, because I want the cabinets to be symmetrical over here. But again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 of these. So it's going to be, 4 more than what I have now. And I already have a bunch of empty cabinets. And then these will all be tool storage. So these will be the 4-drawer Sabre cabinets. 4, 4, 4. There would be 2 areas for where, this is a subwoofer that I just sort of stuck in here. It'll probably go over here somewhere, I'm not sure. And then I'll have this all probably backsplashed. I learned a lesson on the current garage. You kind of need a backsplash because I keep hitting the walls and having to touch them up. So this wall will most likely be blocked with drywall, and then these will be the 6-drawer Sabre cabinets. And so there is a similar cabinet design on here, but it doesn't. For some reason, I can't figure out how to put the countertops on. I don't know what I'm going to do for countertops. I don't really like the stainless steel, even though it looks great. I also don't like butcher block. It's like too light for me. We could do something like concrete countertops, but then they're not necessarily resistant to chipping and things from dropping tools. We could do aluminum, but aluminum is just it's a cheaper version, I think, of stainless steel. So I need to think about that. What I might do is do butcher block, but have it stained a darker color. Maybe match the speakers or something like that. I don't know. But that's something that I need to figure out. It's what I'm going to do for countertop. And I need to figure out exactly which TV to do. And then, the equipment. Rather than like the equipment now I have in this, section here, I'm going to actually put the equipment back in the storage area. So back in the room over here is where I'm going to have the equipment room. So I will have a equipment rack here. Really, all I'm going to need, because I'm most likely going to put speakers. I'll put outdoor speakers here, 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 because I intend on hosting Obsessed Garage get-togethers here. And so I'm going to have I'll have audio set up outside as well. So I'll have a distributed audio setup, volume controls. I doubt I'll do any sort of home automation. Probably just simple volume controls, and I can just carry a remote control around, get a Linksys remote or something like that, a RF remote that works throughout. And I'm going to have DirecTV and Blu-ray, and that's about it. And I'll probably just do 5.1. So I actually have some monitor audio on walls that are some gold reference on walls that I'll probably put here and here just to fill this space. I already have one of the JL subs. I'll get another one because it's such a large area. I'll probably have 2 of them. And then we'll have a dialed-in spot. But I don't want a bunch of crap. I want it to be very clean, very simple. I want this to be wide open. So I can walk in here, walk around the cars, and I can have a car torn apart over here. I can have a car on the lift. I could have 2 cars parked, another car parked. I could be washing cars. So I have room everywhere. My wife isn't going to park in here. She'll park out at the porte-cochere of the house. She won't even want to walk out here. So that's the intention. And then maybe someday we do some sort of covered walk area out to the back out to the porte-cochere. So, a covered area that spans over the driveway or something. That's dreaming a little too big, I think. But this is where I'm at. I'm going to spray foam the entire thing. Obviously, since I have all the space, we would probably put attic space, do attic trusses, just have attic space above it just in case. The house is big enough that I don't need a bonus room, so I don't think I'm going to worry about that. The only other thing I might do is I might put a urinal in, but to be honest, on the 5 acres, I can walk out here and take a leak on the side of the building. So I'm not really sure I care all that much about doing that. Plus, there's a bathroom right over here at the pool. So I think just to save the cost, I might do that. And then if I do have get-togethers, people can just go to the bathroom out and by the pool, which should be sufficient, or just go in the house. So that's where I'm at. I think this is going to be pretty awesome. My guess is cost, excluding the stuff inside, 120 grand. Maybe I'm underestimating. So we got 2,000 square feet that I'm bolting onto this, plus the modifying this structure over here a little bit with this back room. So my $50,000 project has turned into a $100,000 plus project, and then of course I've got all the stuff inside, but I have the rest of my life to get that stuff. I'm going to do Swiss Trax flooring, Sabre cabinets, bend pack lift, Kaiser compressed air system, and I'm going to have after tons of research, I found a guy that's going to help me figure that out. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Feel free to make comments. Shoot me an email, matt.mormon@gmail.com. You guys, your input has been pretty helpful, or very helpful to me. So keep me in the loop, and make sure to shoot some questions if you have any, or make suggestions. And if I think it's stupid, I probably won't tell you that, but I just won't respond, or I'll respond and say you're an idiot, or you respond and tell me I'm an idiot. We can part as friends. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'm hoping to do some detailing videos this weekend as well.